Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, chilling. And actually, it's not Monday, and actually, I'm not chilling. I'm going to have to stop saying that. I just got used to saying it's, doing what I do on a Monday, chilling, because I was doing the My Opinion Monday videos. But now that I'm doing videos every day, I'm probably going to stop saying it. And then again, no, I ain't. I like the catchphrase, so I'm going to keep on saying it. So, I want to say I appreciate you guys for I thank you for everybody who's subscribing to my channel, trying to get this thing to take off. So if you haven't subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe now. And for those who have already subscribed, I appreciate it. Also, I appreciate the emails. I'm gonna start putting my email address down at the bottom of all my videos, so you can send me your comment. You can put your comments down on YouTube, which I appreciate that even more actually. But some people send me emails about what questions they want me to answer and what they want me to go over. Excuse me, I just got finished eating some of my Planters peanuts and it's getting in my throat. However, I appreciate the question. So. Somebody asked me a question, and the question was, it started off was when should I actually use Krav Maga? Okay, when should I use my martial arts or self-defense, whatever I do? In my case, is Krav Maga. When should I use that in a real situation? But then it evolved into another question, and they said, should I use Krav Maga or the things I've learned in self-defense or whatever to defend my girlfriend, my significant other. Oh man, I thought that was great. So I'm going to give you, and it's a complicated answer actually. Believe it or not, it is a complicated answer if you should use Krav Maga to defend the honor of your girlfriend or your wife or something like that. Man, it's deeper than you think. It's deeper than you think. So I'm gonna try to break it down as much as I possibly can and give you variations of the answer and why it's a little deeper than you may think. Okay, so first, let me say that it depends on who you are with as far as what that female means to you. Okay, if you were somebody that means a lot to you, if your wife or your girlfriend or somebody that you are really connected with, then that's going to be one answer. Or one thing that you may do differently, and I'll tell you what the options are. But then if you out with somebody for the first date or somebody that you don't, you're not really connected to like that, that may prompt you to go another direction. So that's one reason why it's deep, because it depends on how you feel about that person, and to a reference to the decision that you'll make as far as if somebody disrespects her or I mean, of course, if somebody attacks her, it's a little different. If somebody attacks her, it doesn't make a difference how you feel about it. If somebody attacks her, then you have to defend her, period. You should. Matter of fact, if I'm in the street and I see somebody attacking a woman, period, I don't gotta be with them. Okay, look, if I see you if you a dude and you attacking a female, then I'm gonna do something. And although that has come back to haunt me on a couple of occasions, but I'll tell you about those stories maybe in a later video. But I'm just not gonna sit back and let somebody attack some woman when I'm sitting there right there. I'm gonna do something. So we're not talking about that though. We're talking about somebody saying something like calling her out her name. Making some sexual innuendo to her. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just kind of coming off in a disrespectful manner to the woman that you are with. Okay? All right, cool. Man, that's a complicated one. So I'm going. Well, let me touch on that. I'm gonna touch on three. I always do three. Sometimes I've been doing more than three. Three options that you have, and then after I give you the three options, I'm gonna tell you, which one I think is the right one, which one I think may be the wrong one, and I'm gonna tell you which one I would do. Okay, so. Let's first, before I give you those options, let's talk about the female. Okay, and look, there are some females. Well, if you dating a black female, if you were a sister, especially my inner city sisters, okay? If you dating one of my inner city sisters and somebody disrespects her, calls her out her name, or makes some, slur like, "Oh damn, baby," or something like that. When you with her and you don't do anything, you don't say anything, you have just lost your woman. Okay? If she a sister, if she black, and especially if she one of my inner city sisters, y'all know who I'm talking about, okay? And if you with her and somebody disrespects her and you don't do nothing, you might as well, you done lost your woman, okay? You lost her. Now either sometimes you may lose her right there on the spot. Now if you living with her, or it's your wife or something like that, you may not lose her right there, physically or officially, but emotionally she's gone, because my sisters, they like a man that can protect them. Okay, and if you at least going to attempt to be able to protect them, and if you can't protect them, they're going to lose interest off the break. Okay, so just letting you know, if you date one of my black sisters, right, and with my brothers, you already know this. All right, if you ain't defending your woman's honor or something like that, if somebody say something, you already know you're gonna lose your woman. You know that already. That's why I said it depends on the woman. One of the reasons why I said it depends on the woman, because if it's some first date or somebody you ain't really like anyway, then who cares if you lose her? So what? Get by, But if it's somebody that you connected with, it can get kind of tricky. All right, but you're definitely gonna lose your woman. Now, if for my Caucasian sisters, or people from other nationalities, I can't really speak on that. I can tell you what I've heard, and I've heard that they would rather you walk away. But again, that may depend on the female. I can just speak on my sisters. I'm telling you right now, if somebody come up to her disrespectful and you don't say nothing, right? You might as well get you another girlfriend, because she's gone. All right, cool. Let's go over the three options that you have. Okay, so the first option is your safe option. Okay, your safe option. Okay, your safe option would be just to walk away. That's your safe option. Okay, look. If somebody is saying something to you in the street, or not to you, but to your girl or something like that, they jealous, especially if your girl looking good, she fine, and stuff like that, and they say something to her, they jealous, okay? And they want you to react, okay? They want you to react. They want it. They baiting you. That's a bait, In fighting, we call it a bait. They're trying to bait you in, And if they're baiting you in because they're jealous. So they want to either do something to you, or they know if you don't respond back, you're gonna lose your woman, because they're jealous. Okay, and I teach all my and they think that for whatever reason, that they can whatever they want to do to you, they think they can do that to you successfully. Okay, so if they want to beat you up, they feel like they can beat you up. If they want to really give you some really bad harm, they feel like they can do that. If they want to kill you, they feel like they can do that. Okay, I teach my students here at Krav Maga CDK to always assume two things, whether you see these things or not. Assume the weapon and assume the friend, okay? They either have a weapon, a friend, or both. Even if you don't see them, assume them, okay? So that means that so you walking down the street, somebody tell you, oh man, girl, you got some nice legs, look at that body, and all that type of stuff. And you can assume that if you get into a confrontation, you're gonna be fighting the dude with a weapon, pretty much a gun or a knife, okay? Or it's gonna be multiple attackers, okay? You can assume that. You can be fighting the dude with a weapon, gun or a knife probably, or it's multiple attackers. That's normally what's going to happen. So just letting you know what's going to be happening if you get into that. So it's probably best that you go ahead and walk away. And and if the girl, leave, then fine, let her go. Then you can go find another girl, okay? That's the safe bet, okay? Avoiding a situation is, always best, okay? But that's the safe bet. That's the safe bet, all right? Now, here's option number 2. Option number 2 is you say something, okay? This is when some people call it your verbal judo comes in. Your verbal judo is knowing how to, de-escalate a situation, without coming off like you weak, okay? Most of the time, if you come off like you're weak, you're not going to de-escalate it anyway. You got to be able to. You got to know how verbal judo is kind of knowing. And look, back in the street, they call it. No, you got to know how to talk some shit. All right, my mother. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. You know who talks some shit? My mother is excellent at talking shit, and my mother can't fight a lick. She can't fight a lick, but I'm telling you, she know. Hey, if you confront her, you will think you just confronted Bruce Linder, all right? Because she's excellent at talking shit, all right? But you got to know. That's your second option. Yeah, second option would be to try to. You got to say something. All right, try to de-escalate the thing, or at least say something so you won't be called losing face. You won't lose face. Lose face means that you won't be, you still have the honor of your woman. You still lead with pride, and you don't have that situation to deal with. Okay, but it's risky. It's risky because truth of the matter is that if they wanted to do something to you, you ain't got to say much. They just need a little bit, because really they could have just came up and did something to you off the break, but they was trying to bait you in because they wanted just a little. They looking for an excuse, just a little bit of an excuse to do whatever it is they wanted to do to you. Okay, so it's risky. That verbal judo is risky, but it is an option. Okay, you got to say something. Okay. The third is the more extreme approach. The more extreme approach is to go in and to do Krav Maga. All right. The more extreme approach is like they say something and you go, oh no, it's not going down like that, and you go in and do whatever you're gonna do. All right. That's when you're gonna go and do your Krav or your jiu-jitsu or your boxing or whatever, or if you carry a weapon, you're gonna pull your weapon. And where I'm from, you don't pull no weapon unless you're gonna use that weapon. So that's the extreme approach. Okay, you like, oh, that's it, let's go. Now I know people that will take the safe route. I know people that will take will say something, and I know people who would just fly off the handle and go to the extreme approach. Okay, whew! I told you it's complicated. So I'm gonna tell you which one I think is right, which one I think is wrong, and which one I would do. Okay? All right. Let's go with straight up which one I think is the right way to go. The safe way to go is always the best way to go. Okay? Get home safe. All right? That's the main thing. Getting home safe. All right? Look, man, you go and say something, and let's suppose you got a wife or girlfriend, you got kids, you got a family and stuff like that. And let's say worst case scenario, I mean, if you just walk away your girl leave you. All right, your girl leave you, and you're embarrassed. You feel bad, but you can still make a living, and you can still take care of your kids. You can still be there for your family. You can still live your life. And then you can still, call your local, self-defense school and learn how to fight. All right, if that's why you walked away in the first place. All right, it's the best thing to do, guys, is just walk away. If you can, it's best to walk away. That is the correct answer. Okay, to walk away. All right. Now, then there is the wrong answer. Okay. The wrong answer is on the other end of the spectrum. Okay, going off the deep end. That's never a good idea. Okay. Look, your best weapon is the 6 inches between your ears, your brain. All right. And when you start, even when I'm teaching my students and we be sparring, I tell them, don't rush in. Don't just rush in. You rush in, you're gonna get knocked out. Okay. You got to set it up. You gotta throw some angles and circles. Don't just go in throwing wild punches. Okay. Because that's how you get knocked out. All right. Don't just because somebody says something to you, don't just start going in. And the only time that you should really get into a physical confrontation is when you have no other choice. Okay. No other choice. All right. If you have no other choice, that's when you get into the physical. Then you have to fight. It's better to avoid a situation than to have to de-escalate. It's better to de-escalate than to have to run. It's better to run than to have to fight. It's better to fight than to have to die. So if you have to fight, then that's the only time that you should really get into a physical confrontation. Okay, so that's the wrong answer, to just go deep in. I know people that go like that too, and they would say I'm totally wrong for what I said. They'll say, man, forget that. If somebody say something to me, then I'm going in. Period, point blank. I know black guys like that. I know white guys like that. So for all you think it's a black thing, it ain't. All right. I know some white guys like that too. All right. But it's stupid. You never do that. That's the totally wrong answer. The right answer is the safe answer, and the wrong answer is to go right in. All right. I know y'all wondering, what would I do? Okay. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I probably won't go with the first one. This is me, okay? I probably won't go with the first one. I say probably because it depends on who I'm with. I told y'all that. It depends on who I'm with, all right? Sometimes I might be like, I don't care, all right? So it depends on who I'm with, okay? That's why I said probably, all right? I'm definitely not going with the extreme. Definitely not, okay? There's a good chance that I'm gonna go with the one in the middle. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. All right. I'm gonna go in, right? And when I say go in, I'm gonna say something. I don't mean I'm going in and start fighting. I don't mean I'm gonna say, oh man, it's the way I'm gonna say it, right? And I think I don't get into too much stuff anymore because I think it's all about the way you carry yourself. Okay. I know how to talk. Right, I know how to talk my way into stuff. I know how to talk my way out of stuff. All right, and I'm gonna say something. This is when you need to know, what we call your verbal judo. You need to know, how to talk. And you know how to look. You know how to stand. You need to know how to carry yourself as you're talking. I'm not saying it's gonna work. I could say something and boom, it pop off. Like I said, it don't take much. If they wanted to do something to me anyway, and all they needed was an excuse, man, they might get it from me. They may get it, because if I'm with somebody and I care about them, and you like disrespect them or something like that, I'm not just gonna sit there and act like I ain't hear the shit. I ain't gonna come on, baby. This is go. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna say, you know what? I ain't gonna say probably. I'm gonna say something unless I don't fuck with them like that. If I don't fuck with them like that, then I ain't gonna say nothing. But if it don't even have to be somebody I'm dating. It could be just a friend of mine. If you say something to her disrespectfully, then yeah, I'm gonna say something, yeah. And I'm going, and in the inside, I'm gonna hope that it don't escalate. I'm gonna try to get out of this thing, and save face at the same time. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I told y'all it was a little complicated, so I see it took a little long for me to go through this. But, I know a lot of women. I want y'all to comment, and I want y'all to, my black women, my sisters, y'all go ahead and comment. Tell me if I'm wrong from what I said or not. My Caucasian sisters, y'all say something. Tell me, we want to hear from everybody. My students, I want to hear from y'all too. And tell me what you would do. Tell me what you would do. Am I the only one? Maybe everybody might say, look, man, you're stupid. Everybody should just walk away. Give me your comments. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you, all right? And whatever you do, just do it to the best of your ability, all right? Peace. I'm out. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, all right? Like, comment, subscribe, all right? And really comment on this one, man, because I think this is a good topic, all right? I'm out.